Do you get paid for YouTube Shorts? Well, we're going to go over all of that in just a second. By the end of this video, you're going to know the numbers that you're going to need to hit, as well as maybe the shortcut to get paid even more. So stick around. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what kind of numbers you need to hit in order to start getting paid for advertising by YouTube. We'll go all of that so you'll know what to shoot for. Maybe even structure things a little bit differently with YouTube Shorts. And second of all, and most importantly, as a business owner, what can you do to accelerate the entire process of earning and making money for your business on YouTube? Let's dive in. So the short answer is, of course you can make money with YouTube Shorts. Just like YouTube has long form, you're doing long form content, yes, there is also a way to get paid for YouTube Shorts. It's the exact same principle, the advertising. Advertisers come to YouTube. YouTube, once they see that you've got quite a bit of a following and people are coming back to you again and again and again, you can sign up for the advertising program with YouTube. And when people are starting to watch your videos, YouTube will go ahead and put an ad in your video. And then you will get paid for that because you're bringing the eyes and ears to YouTube. Think of yourself as kind of like a private TV show. And you've jobbed it out to who? ABC, NBC, CBS, wherever you're going to play your show, and they're going to be running the advertising on your show. But first, YouTube needs to know, is this going to be well worth the investment? And again, just like in TV, it's all about eyes, it's all about ears, it's all about reaching a customer base that may match up with your product or service. Very simple. So, how do we get there? Some of the minimum requirements are, first of all, no matter what you're doing, 1,000 subscribers. So that might give you a little hint as to where to go at the very beginning of your YouTube career. Try to shoot for 1,000 subscribers. Be sure to push that in every single video. Hey, be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You've seen it all the time. Now you know why they're doing that. The more subscribers, the greater the chance of getting YouTube advertising in their videos. The second requirement specifically for YouTube Shorts is 10 million views in 90 days. Now, I'm sorry, but I see that number and I just like practically shut down. That just totally freaks me out. 10 million views in 90 days? Well, remember, we've got a very short attention span, quickly to consume society, and actually getting 10 million views for something that's very short and quick, it's got to be less than 60 seconds, right? For it to qualify as a YouTube short. For something that quick and like a quick info hit or a quick entertainment hit or a quick whatever it is type of hit, something like that, it's probably fairly easy to get 10 million hits. In fact, there are several people out there, I don't know if they're necessarily making a living off of YouTube Shorts. It's the long form content that pays a little bit better, a lot better as a matter of fact. But YouTube Shorts is nothing to laugh at. That'd be like leaving money on the table. So let's do a little math. You've got 1,000 subscribers and you need 10 million views in 90 days. That means they each watch something on your channel 10,000 times. Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to crank out that kind of content. That's a lot of content. I say that just to make the point, it's not going to happen overnight. This is not one of those things where you can just dive in and everything go viral and you've just taken over the world by storm. That's not how it's going to happen. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The more you can do, you're certainly going to help yourself. You're certainly going to help your cause with the more videos that you're cranking out, but they have to be worthy of watching. And if people are constantly bailing and nobody's subscribing, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if your goal is just to crank out content. All the other principles that you would follow for a YouTube channel also apply to shorts. So please don't try to, I hesitate to say this, shortcut the process, but to make it most effective, stick with the plan, go for the 1,000 subscribers, and yes, you want quality content in order to get you the 10 million views. So I'm going to ask you to like or subscribe this channel. It certainly would help me out, and it would help you out too. If you're a business owner and you're trying to get on YouTube, I hope this becomes one of the first places you come to get your operation up and running. We talk about all kinds of stuff, lighting, cameras, editing, you name it, to get your business, using YouTube for, it's a very, very, very lucrative way to advertise your own company. So subscribe down below, hit the like button so you don't miss any lessons coming up. Now, along those lines, what do smart BizTube pod bloggers like yourself do to make sure to push that needle further and further and further and start making money on YouTube videos? Quite frankly, whether it's YouTube long form or shorts, consider that money as the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae. That's not what you're gonna focus on. As a BizTube pod blogger, you are going to be going for clients and customers. Now, what's the lifetime value of a client or a customer? A lot more than YouTube Shorts is paying, that's for sure. A lot of people I know who are getting lots and lots of views are only getting like $35 to $50 a month off of their YouTube Shorts. But that's another story. Be sure to check out one of my other videos. I go over that a lot when it comes to what the payoff is for YouTube Shorts. The biggest thing you can do is to focus on your client or potential clients and customers and start answering the questions that they are already asking. First of all, and if you've been in business for a while, you already know, who are you talking to? This is how you start the foundation of your YouTube channel, whether it's YouTube long form or your shorts. Know who you're talking to. Who is your target audience? What is your, I think the buzzword now is avatar. Who is your avatar? Can you describe that person? And what are you doing for them? And what questions are they asking you? Now, what is the ultimate outcome that your client is looking for when they are going to be working with you? The best way I can describe this, I just heard this the other day and it really, really solidified things for me. Think of it this way. You're going on vacation, you're going to take a plane, okay? Really nice beaches where you're going to. You're going to spend the entire week with your toes in the sand and an umbrella in your drink, and you're just going to have a wonderful time. We're not going to be talking about insane traffic on the way to the airport, trying to get your bags checked in curbside, going through the line, trying to get your ticket all squared away, then having to drag it 14 miles across the airport, blah, 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 blah. We don't go into that. We talk about the beach. That's what we're going to be talking about. Not just trying to get to the beach, but you want to talk about what's going to be happening at the beach. That's the ultimate outcome that your customer or client wants. Whether you're a fitness coach and they're losing weight or gaining muscle or getting back in shape or any kind of fitness regimen. What happens if you're a financial planner? People want to be able to retire comfortably and to be able to, I mean, the ideal is either to live better than they're living when they're working or at least to have their lifestyle uninterrupted. That's the beach that we're talking about here. So what is the ultimate outcome that your customers or clients are looking for? And the big question is, what problems do you solve? There's a whole mess of stuff along the way, but in losing weight and getting in shape and investing for the future and anything, a motivational speaker, anything along those lines. What is it that you do that helps people out? What problem are you solving? We're overcoming all that other stuff trying to get to the airport to make sure they get to the beach. What is the problem that you and you alone can solve the best for your customers and clients? Or maybe the reverse way to look at it is, what pain do you eliminate? How are we going to make this as easy as possible for them to achieve whatever it is that they're going for, whether it's losing weight or getting in shape or saving for the future or any one of those things? If you're a life coach, what is it that they're getting over? That is there a fear of business success? A lot of people in business are afraid of success, not just failure, but success. How do you get them past that? What is it that you're doing that helps them overcome that fear or pain? And then finally, you wrap it up with the bow. How does working with you get them to that beach? That's the type that once we already know all the problems and all the stresses and everything that they're up against, how is it that you're going to be that final step that they can walk over that little bridge and get to wherever they want to go, whether it's, I've mentioned it several times, in shape, financial planning, whatever the case may be. What is it that you offer them, and how are you and you alone going to help them over that bridge? So I now have a free gift for you to help you get started. If you click down below, you'll see a link that'll take you to Mastering YouTube for Your Business. It's a free PDF that you can get to get you started on the right foot. Don't waste any time on gear or lighting or anything like that. Cameras, tripod, don't start there. The better you do on paper first is going to assure your long-term success. Okay? So get your copy of Mastering YouTube for Your Business now. Click in the description down below. I'm Nic Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.